In this video we are chasing down Emily in Paris filming locations because apparently Emily knows Paris better than actual Parisian. Now, there are tons of walking tour on YouTube, video covering the filming location. We will not repeat the same stuff, but we are not here to stroll around and sip a coffee. Oh no, we are exposing the paradox and the mistake that the production of Netflix made while filming fiction vs reality. And trust me, some of this stuff will make you wondering if Emily is living in a parallel universe. Secret, surprise, a lot of Parisian truth bombs coming on your way. Stay tuned. Okay, the building of Emily have 7 floors, as you can see. The room of Emily is 501. This is the rez-de-chaussée. This is the first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth and fifth. It's the apartment of Emily in this floor, and we see there is another floor for really chambre de bonne just on top of it, so it can't be a chambre de bonne. Small explanation shows the chambre de bonne in France is a tiny room, 9 meters square. Beds might be the same size of your whole living room. Usually the shower is in the kitchen, but Emily is living in a spacious apartment way bigger than any typical chambre de bonne. And yeah, did we mention it? It has its own bathroom. Any chambre de bonne can come with this luxury. And now let's talk money, let's talk numbers. To afford an apartment like this one in Paris, we are in the 5th arrondissement, you have to pay between 800 euro and 1,500 euro. Let's dive in another cliché, the grumpy concierge. To be honest, Parisian building concierge doesn't have the best reputation in the world. Today they have been replacing by codes, so no more dirty looks. Actually, it's closed, we can't enter, but I saw real persons coming out from this apartment, so they are people really living in this building. Yeah, I don't know what their life look like. It will be a nightmare. They have tourists everywhere, every day, coming and taking picture, like, yeah, these tourists and many other tourists there are taking picture just in front of this Emily in Paris house. I'm feeling hungry now. Let's move to the restaurant to eat. Maybe the restaurant of Gabriel. Okay guys, so we are in front of Gabriel Bistro Les Deux Compères. Isn't French at all, it's an Italian restaurant called Terra Nera. Who knows, Paris was secretly serving pasta. So while it looks like a French restaurant from the outside, the inside is totally different. It's very Italian. Let's have a look. And they have a dish called tagliatella di manzo Emily. How original, like steak beef, are very French. Let's talk about another paradox in the series. Gabriel actually doesn't have a name. In one episode, it appeared in the list of the most influencer people in Paris, and they only put it Gabriel without its name. Not only Gabriel, also Alfie. We don't know his name. Guys, do you know the name of Alfie or Gabriel? I think it's something that the production have done in Emily in Paris, don't putting any name on the meal, the boyfriends of Emily. Who have the explanation, guys? Put it in the comment section. Let's move from the restaurant of Gabriel to see here the Boulangerie, the famous Boulangerie pastry that we saw in Emily in Paris. Today it's closed, we can film easily with no bother, that's cool. Okay, now let's talk about Chocolatine. In 2020, the Instagram official page of Emily in Paris posted a post where we can see chocolatine in front of pain de raisin, which is grape pastry. Chocolatine is a term used in the southern part of France, and chocolatine is a pastry filled with chocolate. And yeah, this is a twist. They use the chocolatine, which is a term from South for a Parisian restaurant, which they call it usually in Paris pain au chocolat. And the other twist that they use it chocolatine to refer to pain raisin, which is a totally different thing, as you can see. Here, if you go to Boulangerie and Patisserie and ask her, I want chocolatine, they will look at you like you are wondering for croissant au fromage, which doesn't exist actually. Here they call it pain au chocolat, and chocolatine is only in the southern part of France. And yeah, what was interesting in the series that Emily was struggling in her French to ask for a pain au chocolat, and yeah, this is totally true. When you don't speak good French here and you ask the boulangerie for something in France, they don't do any effort to understand you or know what you mean. If you don't say it correct, yeah, they will look at you like that, like you said something totally different, etc. They don't do any effort for foreigners to help them in French or saying French word. So yeah, you have to be prepared. Me, honestly, I live at this experience also, and especially sometimes when you say un baguette instead of saying une baguette, since in French baguette it's a female name, so you have to say une baguette instead of un baguette. So the best solution, if you don't know if it's a female noun or a male noun, you just say I want deux baguettes, je veux deux baguettes, I want two baguettes. Okay guys, now let's move to the other location. We have a light show here. Yeah guys, we are in front of the Samaritaine. It's very cold outside. Let's jump inside. One of the oldest shopping mall here in Paris. It was closed for a long time, and after they opened it again in 2021, Emily met Petra here, an Ukrainian girl. Petra ends up stealing clothes, and Emily told her to give them back. She refused it. Yeah, they did the portrait of a stereotypical Eastern European thief, which is not good. The Ukrainian Minister of Culture accused the series of offensive stereotypes. The Ukrainian expressed in social media that they felt humiliated. My honest opinion is that the show has the opportunity to show the diversity in Paris, but instead of that, they dived into the cliché and the stereotypes, portraying Emily as a privileged American citizen, fixing everything in Paris with its Western visions. Those robes are very beautiful. They are suspended from the roof. Very beautiful actually. What do you think about it, guys? She has a flower on her head. Now let's talk about Emily fashion budget. In the first season or the first episode, we see Emily with the Eiffel Tower keychain that cost around €1, €2 maximum. Quickly upgrades after with Chanel bags, Dior bags, and very high names brands. According to experts, her annual fashion budget is estimated around $100,000, which is way beyond what a typical person can afford here. What do you think, guys, about it? You know, there is an exposition about the Moulin Rouge here. I think it's made with AI, this one. Decoration of the carousel of Louis Vuitton. So as you can see, it's a shopping center, and here we have illumination. Oh, we have here baguette. Ah, it's a lamp in the shape of a baguette. Very interesting. And you have here other variation, croissant. Should we take this croissant lamp? €125. Wow, so expensive. For the baguette, it costs €225. The most expensive baguette in Paris, guys. For the big fan of croissant, they can sleep with a croissant here. You have a teddy bear. €40 for this cute croissant teddy bear. You can open. And yeah, after you can put stuff in. Now we are in front of Palais Royal. In this series, Emily and Mindy, after a couple of drinks, decided to have fun and to make content for the Instagram of Emily. So they went to this place in a late hour in the night to take picture in the column of Buren that we will see later. But was interesting that they went in the night, but actually this place it closed early. Let's check. This place, it closed at 8:30, so it doesn't make sense to come here in the night. Let's go to see the columns of Burens. When we enter, here we find a big place and all the column of Burens where Emily and Mindy took picture for their Instagram. Of course, what is curious, when Emily came to this place, there were no tourists, and I'm coming now at a random hour, and you will always find tourists taking picture in the column of Buren. When they built that, they said that this installation has nothing to do with the Parisian style like the one behind me. But yeah, it's true, it's not true, because this place at the beginning it was a casino and people were gambling in this place and playing, and there were cabaret, etc. And this kind of patterns with the black and white, it reminds us the table games for gambling, for chess, and yeah, for all this kind. And also it remembers us the Arlequin style, which is kind of related of the cabaret and the circus event that have been here before. Now this place have only galleries and shop. What is funny that Emily in this series wanders in many touristic place, and we see any tourist in the background while she's taking photo or making video, which is unrealistic at all, because in Paris you have many tourists like the guy behind me here. And even they are taking a lot of risk like that to take picture, but you don't see them in Emily in Paris series. You see them only in our channel, guys, Parisian Diaries. Subscribe to our channel to support us. Let's continue the tour in Palais Royal and let's jump to the garden side. So we are Palais Royal now, the lights opened. Yeah, it's kind of late now, 5 p.m. It will be dark soon. Yeah, we are now, guys, in the park of Palais Royal where Emily met her friend Mindy for the first time during the lunch break. Here we have those seats. Yeah, the bench that Emily in Paris sit on it in the series was written on it, today is tomorrow, and yesterday was married. So let's try to find this bench, this place, if it really exists or no. What is interesting in those benches that they are citation on them from famous poets here in Paris. And the Netflix series wanted to show that also, and it was very good because it's a demonstration of Paris, city of art, and how the art merged with the natural space. We will try to find it. We have 150 benches here in this garden of Palais Royal. Let's try to find the one that Emily and Mindy was sitting on. Don't worry, we will accelerate that in the post-production. Thanks to our editor. Thank you, Diana. After doing the first row, I think it will take a long time. We can see in the photo the gallery behind me in the background. If we take a picture from this row, we can see benches there and we can see the gallery. So it must be this row or the row just there. Let's try those two rows. Yeah, guys, I finished this row and still didn't find the bench of Emily in Paris. Don't lose hope. Let's jump to the other row and see if we can find the bench of Emily in Paris. Okay, guys, we saw all the benches of Palais Royal looking for Emily in Paris bench. We didn't find it. I think it's a fictional. What do you think about it? Have you ever seen it in Palais Royal? If you have seen it, in which order, which number? Because here we looked for all the benches in Palais Royal. We couldn't find it. Why they used this citation in particular? Does it have a meaning or a sense with Emily in Paris? You will see this famous restaurant, Vefour, which is a Michelin star restaurant, and in the series Emily couldn't manage to get a reservation in this fancy restaurant, and if you want to eat in it you have to make reservation. I think earlier from the window what we have here, this is the restaurant. Yeah, what is interesting in the station of Palais Royal, that the decoration of the station looks like the gallery that we can see in Palais Royal, and this is very beautiful actually. First time I see this place, they have decoration. Okay guys, so we just arrived to Pont des Arts, one of the most iconic bridges here in Paris. They call it the Love Bridge. Why? Because couples put the padlocks here in the bridge, and after they throw the key in the water in symbol for eternity love or eternal love. Of course, the bridge fall down because the weight of all the locks. Paris decided to change it from metal to this plexiglass or glass, and now people can't put the locks anymore. Filming location of Emily in Paris, we are in Pont des Arts. Also, this bridge is famous by street artists who do some performance here, and in this series Mandy did a performance here.
Because that's my job, and it's completely illegal, so police may come at any moment.
So like in the series Emily in Paris, in Pont des Arts there is a lot of street artists performing love song, mainly since it's the love bridge. So it's the view from the bridge. You can see this is the Eiffel Tower, and you have La Seine, very beautiful. And from the other side, also very beautiful, we have the island just in front of there, the Vert Galant island with the famous tree there. We did already a tour there in Taylor Swift tour. You can watch the video where we visited the island just in front of us. Actually, this bridge is famous by the wood, and we have those holes between each wood floor, and yeah, it's quite big. I'm always scared that my phone goes down on the water. If I leave it now, it will fall in the water and disappear forever. Be careful guys, when you go to this bridge, tell us your experience here. I am always scared when I go on this bridge. Let's move to the other location. Okay guys, so now we are in Pont Neuf. See the beautiful view from this bridge. You have street artists. Actually, it's the first bridge in Paris, and what is funny that they call it Pont Neuf, which means in French the new bridge, but actually it's the oldest one in the city. Another fun fact, at the beginning when they built this bridge, people thought that it will get destroyed because they used a new technique and a new way to build this bridge, so people didn't have much confidence about the new technology, and it's always like that in history. Each time we're trying to renovate and to make something new, people at the beginning always have fear and they think, oh, it will not work, etc. You have always to continue and to believe in your dreams, because yeah, people, they only judge what they know. If it's something they don't know, they will always say, oh, it's not good, it's bad, it will get destroyed. Okay, so Pont Neuf, in the series of Emily in Paris, in the first season, Emily in Paris was walking like I'm walking now, and she was thinking about the future and enjoying the best view of the city, the view that I have just next to me here. Yeah, here you see a view of the bridge of Pont Neuf, and that was funny in the series Emily in Paris in season 2. They put the picture of Pont Neuf from Toulouse, not from Paris, so it was criticized by all the Parisian fans. But guys, it's the real Pont Neuf from Paris, not the one that you saw in Emily in Paris. We arrived to the next location of Emily in series filming location. We are in front of Gare de l'Est. Let's jump inside. Emily and Matthew begin a dreamy trip to Saint-Tropez. They took the train from this station, Gare de l'Est, to go to Saint-Tropez, which is in the south of France. Actually, in this station, there is no train to the south of France. If you want to go to the south of France, you have to take a train from Gare de Lyon, not Gare de l'Est. I don't know why the production chose to film this scene in Gare de l'Est. Maybe it's better, maybe it's less crowded. I don't know. If you have the answer, guys, put it in the comment section. But here, the trains deserve only the east of France. Actually, Gare de l'Est is one of the oldest and main stations here in Paris. You can find the piano that you can play, and it's free for everyone. He can play until he's waiting for his train. And here, what is interesting, they said "à vous de jouer," which means it's your turn to play. Let's play for you guys one symphony from Beethoven. Yeah, I'm not the best one. Let's give it another try. What do you think about my symphony, guys? Put it in the comment section if you play better than me. And let's move to the other location of Emily in Paris. Guys, now we are in Belleville. Of course, Belleville doesn't receive any mention, or only one mention in a wrong way in the city Emily in Paris. Why they didn't mention it? Because Belleville is a migrant place where we can find a lot of migrants here in Paris. I prefer to call them expats, and they have French papers and all that. They mainly live in this place, and in Emily in Paris they didn't want to show this neighborhood, which is actually a cool neighborhood here in Paris, and it has different style from the Parisian style that we saw in all Emily in Paris. It has more urban street art style, and it's very good. It's one of my favorite actually in Paris, but unfortunately in Emily in Paris they didn't to mention it and to show it. Again, we are talking about the diversity in this series. They dived in the cliché instead of showing the real Paris and the diversity of this city. They preferred showing all what Americans want to see in Paris, the cliché, the stereotype of Paris, and they didn't show at least once or twice the alternative side of this city. I will show you one of the most underrated view here of the Eiffel Tower in Belleville. So yeah, let's go there. This is one example of diversity. All the neighbors came here and did this street art with all recycled items, and we can see the cultural difference here in one piece of work. We can see the Tanit, which belongs to the North African culture. We can see Mandela, which belongs to South Africa. And yeah, we have many references for many culture here in Belleville. And of course, unfortunately, in the city Emily in Paris, they want only to show the Parisian stereotype and places only related to Paris in the imaginary of American and Western persons. Now we are on the top of Parc de Belleville, and yeah, I will show you one of the most underrated view here in the city. And we can see behind me the Eiffel Tower in the background. But in the city Emily in Paris, they didn't show this park, or they didn't show this view, but instead of that they went to Parc Villette. Actually it's in the north of Paris like Parc Belleville, but it's in the other side. And what was interesting, that they added the Eiffel Tower in the background in the view when Emily was looking to the picturesque view there in Parc Villette, and we saw the Eiffel Tower. Actually we can't see the Eiffel Tower from Parc Villette. I have been several times in Parc Villette. You can't see the Eiffel Tower from any spot, and it was another mistake that the production have done. They added Eiffel Tower in many views, and in reality the Eiffel Tower doesn't exist in those views. One of them is Parc Villette, and the second one, when she met her American boss from Chicago in a hotel, she was looking to the window and we saw the Eiffel Tower. Okay, it's not a problem, maybe there is the Eiffel Tower in that hotel, but the problem, we saw it at the right side of Emily, and after in the second shot of the video we saw it at the left side. Two Eiffel Towers in Paris. Tell us if we are wrong. Let's show you this underrated view here. Yeah, as you can see, you have the Eiffel Tower there. It's covered by the fog weather. What is cool, that this place is most of the time empty, and you can take picture, you can enjoy the view with no bothering of lot of tourists. Yeah, this is one of the most underrated view here in Paris in my opinion. And you have one of the best view here of the city. You have this guide that tell you which is each monument, and just in front of you can see it with your eyes. Just amazing, guys. But of course, Emily in Paris don't like to go to places like that. It's kind of dirty with street art and all that. Doesn't relate to the city, to the luxurious side that we want to show in the city. We are in the sub-border of Paris, Alfortville, I think 6 kilometers from Paris. And here I will show you another filming location of Emily in Paris. Let's go. Yeah, you can see behind me this incredible Chinese restaurant. It's called a Hawaiian restaurant. And why I'm talking about this restaurant, because in the city Emily in Paris, Etienne told Mendy that he know a place where they can perform. It's a Chinese restaurant in Belleville. But actually it wasn't in Belleville, because the shot in the series was filmed here in this restaurant, Hawaiian restaurant, which is in Alfortville, not in Belleville. So the only mention of Belleville was wrong also, because it wasn't in Belleville, it was here in Alfortville, and I really like this restaurant, and this hotel is so big, very beautiful, and the view here is incredible. Guys, if you come to Alfortville, you can visit this place. It's amazing. Guys, what do you think about it? We see the bridge there of Alfortville. Very beautiful. Here it's the entrance, I think, and there we have the restaurant and the view from the bridge. What do you think of this view, guys? Here we are in front of the Emily marketing office, which is agency Savoir. Savoir means in French knowledge. Yeah, let's have a closer look. So it's a normal building, nothing related to marketing agency. Here we have Gabriel, which is the boyfriend of Emily. I don't know what is this agency. Specialist in fabrics. What a funny coincidence. Let's talk about the mistake that they made in this series. So seeing Emily coming each day from her house to the agency, walking with inappropriate heels, make no sense, guys. First of all, it's so far. Her house in reality is so far from the office, at least 30 minutes of walking. Emily used 3 ways of transportation. First of all is walking. We see her all the time walking. What doesn't make sense that she all the time walking with heels, which is very difficult in Paris because you have the streets with pavement like that, and usually the tip of the heels gets stuck between those two pavement, and yeah, it's very hard to walk actually in heels in Paris, especially in the night or when it's raining. The second way of transportation, she all the time taking taxi, Ubers, which are very, very, very expensive in Paris. If you spend all your time taking taxi and Uber, it will cost you a lot. Third way of transportation is riding a scooter or a bike behind a hot guy. We see many guys taking her on a scooter tour in Paris, and yeah, actually it's one of the best transportation mode here in Paris to use scooters, and there is a lot of traffic jam in the city, so many people take the scooter. But the problem of the scooter, it's very hard to ride in it with the clothes of Emily. So we come back to the same point. Let's talk about the metro. All the Parisians are taking metro, and in the series we see only one mention of the metro. She said that she took the metro and she ended up in the 21st arrondissement, which means in translation she got lost. 24th arrondissement doesn't exist in Paris, they have only 20 arrondissements, so it's the joke of this sentence. For your information, the RATP has a special station for filming series and movies in the metro, and yeah, I'm wondering why they didn't show any sequence of the Parisian metro. Maybe we come to the same conclusion, is like diversity in the metro. We can see different people from different backgrounds in the metro. Yeah, we can see also a lot of culture, and maybe in the series they didn't want to show that. They want only to focus on the luxurious side of Paris, which is it's not good, because Paris is also famous in the diversity, and in our channel we are only focusing in that and showing you all the side of this city with its luxurious side, but also which is underground and street side, and actually it's what I like the most in this city. Now let's talk about numbers. In the series, Emily has a junior marketing job. Her lifestyle in general, she's all the time taking taxi, like we said, and all the time in fancy restaurant and yeah, in luxurious bars. So if you want to live the same life of Emily in Paris, you have to pay at least $10,000 per month, which doesn't make sense for a person who has only a junior marketing job. So yeah, Emily is living the dream life here in Paris, but let's be honest, it's very hard to live this life here when you live in Paris, especially when you have a job like the one of Emily. So yeah, it's just a dream life, guys. It's just fiction. Don't try to come to Paris to live the same life as Emily in Paris, unless you will have a salary per year $120,000, guys. What is funny in the series Emily in Paris, that all the streets are clean, but actually it's not the reality. The struggle is real here with the cold weather and all that. Many people are saying Paris is dirty, dirty, dirty. I don't agree about that. Paris have more than 40 million visitors per year. Kind of hard to make it clean all the time. Also, they have a lot of events, and sometimes at the end of the event you see lot of trash in the street, and after the city came and clean everything. The day after it just clean, but after same again. There is an event or there is a lot of tourists and they come and they put dirt, they put trash in the city and it become dirty. The city is doing big effort to maintain it clean. Hey. People are staying on the street and yeah, they don't have a place to sleep or to stay in this cold weather, so they are using the hot vapor to get warm. We are just in front of the location of Emily in Paris and people doesn't give a shit about this image, they only focusing about the luxurious part of the city. Here we have Coffee 52, but it never appeared in the series, even if it's just next to the marketing agency of Emily in Paris. Instead of that, they chose to show more this restaurant, Bistro Valois, and in this place Emily was taking a lunch break with her colleagues in Savoir agency. And yeah, as you can see, it's closed today. Yeah, it looks very beautiful, maybe not like in the series. Hey guys, we are in front of La Maison Rose in Montmartre, and this place, Mindy and Emily had a dinner after a long day of working and they drink some champagne. In that last night, Emily find a picturesque spot for the campaign of luxurious mattress bed. Let's go and see it. So here we are in the restaurant La Maison Rose, a French restaurant, famous French restaurant, and we will be walking into Place Dalida. And actually this street is one of the most picturesque streets here in Montmartre, one of the best actually if you want to take a picture. We arrived here at Place Dalida. You should stand here if you want to take the best picture in Montmartre. Why? Because you have La Maison Rose there, which is with the pink color, and you have in the background La Basilique Sacré-Cœur, and you have all the rows with those pavement, which is very Parisian ancient style. This place is famous about Dalida. He's a famous singer. He has his origin from Egypt and lived a lot of time here in Montmartre. Her house is just there. We will show you her house in just few seconds. And what's famous about Dalida, she had many boyfriends, and their boyfriends, they suicided, and they say that she has, I don't know, something that is very charismatic, and many boys like her. Even the president of France, which was François Mitterrand, liked her even if he has a wife and daughters. In the series Emily in Paris, Emily was filming here an ad about a luxurious mattress bed with her friend Camille, and she was drunk with her friend at the late night and discovered this place, which was by magic illuminated by light, which is unusual here. It's dark in the night and it's scaring also in the night. We did many videos about Paris in the night. And yeah, it's one of the paradoxes of this series. Okay guys, before we move to the other filming location of Emily in Paris, let's do a wish. So the legends say if you put your both hands on the chest of Dalida and you do a wish, it will be realized by the end of the year. I will share it with you guys. I hope we will do 100 events this year in YouTube, and I hope also that we will get 10,000 subscribers this year. I hope this wish will be realized by Dalida and by God also. Let's go in this narrow street, and not a lot of people know this hidden street here in Montmartre. What is interesting about this street that it will end with the house of Dalida. We will just see it now. Yeah, many people don't know that street. Dalida lived in this place. What is interesting here, they saying ses amis Montmartrois ne l'oublieront jamais. Montmartre is a part of Paris, but wasn't belonging to Paris long time ago. It was outside of Paris, like the banlieue that we call today. Montmartre was one of the banlieues of Paris. For that reason, people from Montmartre don't say that they are Parisian, they say les Montmartrois, because they have the belonging of this place Montmartre, and Montmartre is very different from all the other Parisian arrondissement. And actually in this house her boyfriend suicided for her, and even Dalida suicided in this house. So yeah, let's go to the other location. We are in bar 82, and in this bar Camille met the ex of Emily, who is Matthew. Yeah, we can't enter, it's closed. I saw in the map that it was open, but actually it's closed. I don't know if it's permanent close or just for today, we don't have luck. They filmed the scene in the outside of the bar. They changed the tables with tables that look more European. So this is the usual tables, they look more like a picnic table, as you can see. Yeah guys, with this incredible view, we arrived at the end of our Emily in Paris tour video. We didn't want to make it too dark. After all, the series might not have everything right, but it's part of what made me fall in love of sharing the real Paris. It's actually one of the things that pushed me to do content creation about this city, and for that I will give Emily some credits. Paris isn't perfect, but it's that what makes it even more magical. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see each other in another vlog. Until then, enjoy all what this city is offering. Paris street life.